friends, my name is Renuka. Welcome back to my channel, and this is the Sunny Side Up card series. And today I'm sharing the 4 cards in this series. I don't make one card videos, mostly I try to make more cards, so you can watch it in parts if you want to, or you can watch at a full time. So for this I'm using this Kesar Craft Pina Colada stamp. So the main thing about this stamp is it is only one stamp having the different critters and the flowers and the leaves also. So here I'm showing the technique that how you can color them in a different way. So I'm just putting a color where I want, like flamingo like pink, or the magenta flowers, then leaf like green. Here I'm using watercolor markers, spectrum aqua markers, as well as the zig markers. Now zig markers have really fine tip, so if you want to really precise one, you can use those. These brush tip markers are like more easy to do different kind of work. So here I'm mixing both of them and matching both of them. If you want to do something different, not like that, you can emboss this whole image and color it afterwards. You can use Tombow markers or any memento markers or alcohol markers to do this kind of technique. Watercolor effects, you can have that ability to mix those color, those pigment, and spread out those pigments. Now here I'm using Hero Arts ombre effect ink and having 3 shades of green, and it's really nice. I'm going upward and backward to get that kind of effect. I'm not using each time the darker image. I just want that more in fresh green color here. So I'm using this leaf stamp, same from the Pina Colada Kesar Craft stamp. And if you don't watch my previous video where I introduce all these stamps and series, I'll link that at the end of this video. So here I'm using Hero Arts Thanks, and then I thought like it is a little bit more white area there, so then I pull out my distress inks and color those like with the dried marigold, cracked pistachio, and little bit of salty ocean, I think. And it's kind of giving the whole white background to little bit muted effect, and it's kind of popping all the things out. Now in one stamping I use the zig markers, like more for the prominent effect. And if you don't want to use zig markers, you can, if you just want to use, as I told you, watercolors, you can go ahead and do that with the black color ink also. So now I'm stamping this with the Memento blank ink, and it's blue. And I kind of liking this pattern nowadays. Rather than stamping everything in black, I'm kind of mix and matching the color and choosing those color from the background itself. So here I'm choosing the dark blue, and then I'm using the red, so it kind of matched little bit to there, and the whole sentiment is like thanks, you are amazing. So these kind of things are like very versatile and all occasion card. You can put happy birthday here, or you can put anything, or happy vacations, or relax, or chill, congratulations, anything will do. Now I'm just trimming off this panel a little bit downsize, because I want some kind of more interest in this card rather than having the whole panel to it. So I just add a little bit of flowery pattern to it, and yeah, you can see me now. I pull out the pattern paper there, and I just kind of try to match the different things, but I just use this Doodlebug's pattern paper here, and all the links are below in the description box as well as on my blog. So then I'm putting the whole thing on the white card base. It's a top folding card, and now I'm adding that panel, and so I have a little bit of interest on that side, and then I'm adding a little bit of golden paper, just trim it a little bit thinner strip, and using glossy accent to stick out that. Then I'm just adding a little bit of details by using zig color markers. Now these markers are mostly color for adding these kind of details, because these brush strips are really nice. It just like water brush tips, very flexible. You can directly draw with them, and you can color them. So I really like. I have 60 sets, so I have lots of colors in them. I bought that from Amazon. It's quite a cheap from there rather than buying in any other sites. So I'll also link that below in description box. So I'm just highlighting the things, and not perfectly, just I want to enhance some kind of area there. And then I'm using this brown color here. So there are not a specific color that you have to use this and that. Just go ahead and use whatever you have in your stash. You can do the same kind of technique with watercolor pencils also, but for the stamping you have to use some kind of ink. So at that time you can use the any kind of pigment inks, and then you can color and pull out those color pigments from the pencil colors. And then I want to add little bit kind of more interest to that, so I decided to add little bit more color on that bird pics and just pop those eyes by using black gel pen. I do that thing for each time, and that kind of make the birds or the critters more lively. Then I'm using here Nova drops for those berries. Just get little bit interest there, and then planning to do more Nova drops like in yellow and green. And you can do the sequence also at this moment, or just keep it plain as it is. These things take longer time to dry, so make sure that you give plenty of time so that they dry nicely and perfectly. Now for the second thing, I'm just using this Winkazilla glitter pen. So I have all those image glittery, and I really like that how this outcomes came, and I kind of pull out those colors with that Winkazilla because it also have the brush tip, so I have everything glittery with it. And I get little bit of color moving around just because of that water present in Winkazilla. I already dedicate one brush to do such kind of technique so that I will not contaminate my clear brush here. And then I'm adding little bit of more water all around the image, and whenever you feel that it is kind of getting messy, you can just put little bit more water and use the paper towel to pick that pigment color. Now I'm adding here yellow and little bit of fluorescent green from the Real Zik color markers, and then I'll pull out those colors just by water and kind of mixing that to the whole panel, so it give me really light lemony color, very muted in fact. And then I'm just kind of adding more water there into all the panel so that this color will get more translucent on the other side of the panel and more vibrant on where the image background is. Then I tab just little bit more water, and for tabbing that excess water I'm using paper towel, again using the same paper from the Doodlebug. And then just use the MFT's Blueprint 27, this scallop sketch. I really like this. If you watch my video, most of the times I use that. Then I'm using this Sizzix tropical leaves dye, and I also bought this from Amazon. It's the cheapest deal there. So, and these leaves are die cut out very nicely, the thin things. Now here, rather than putting the colors on the white paper, I use the colored paper. The same time I'm using distress ink directly on them with distress ink cubes. I'm not using any sponge dauber or the sponge foam to add them colors. Basically you can do that, but this time I want really raw effect, so I went ahead and do this technique. The same time it's very quick and easy to do. No rocket science, no much things, because if you want to color those small leaves which having really thin petals, you may get more time to do that, or you may destroy their shape. So I just decided to went ahead and go. Then I cut out these frames from Simons's stitch rectangle die, and I'm using number 2 and 3 from the upper higher side, and then I add little bit of fun foam behind it. Now at this moment you can make this card as a shaker card, but I decided not to. I just want a little bit of dimension there. So then I add the whole panel on main card front. Now these are the card bases I already made with the papers, and it's become a little bit easy for me to see that which color is looking nice. You can do any color as your preference, or you can pull out the colors from your pattern paper also. That's also a nice thing to do. And then I'm kind of creating here a collage with those leaves and everything, kind of try to put everything together. And this 3D frame gave me more effect, more 3D effect to add those flowers or leaves. So then I'm just adding those leaves, tilted them a little bit to get more shapes, and then decided to add more drops there. At this moment this card is totally complete. You can go ahead and use the clear sequence to add. Those gonna look also nice on this, but I just use those same colors which I use in a previous cards, and I'll link all those colors in description box. So yeah, this card also complete, and I'm kind of adding more and more to those berries. So for the like it's this kind of tropical card, so I didn't add any sentiment there. For the next card I choose this lawn fonts I decided to do, and then I just shifted over something different. So I cut out all those from Sizzix tropical dye, and I'm kind of using here already colored paper, so it's really easy to color on them and give shadings and kind of adding depth to them. And I'm again using the watercolor markers here. These are Spectrum Aqua markers, and these are a little bit cheaper than the Zickin color markers. So if you want to, you can give it a try. You can use a colored pencils here, the watercolor based pencils here, or you can use your distress inks to do such kind of techniques. Go ahead and do whatever you have in your hand. Now I'm here adding a more darker color, like this is the base of my tree, so it kind of giving me more shadow kind of thing. And then I cut out more tree front with those different shades of green, and then again I'm adding little bit of color and using the water brush to mix those colors out and kind of spreading those out. These techniques are really simple, and you can get lots of cards, and you can see, oh my god, it's like lots of work, rather than cutting out the whole thing with the white card color and then color it. That also look nice and give a different kind of effect. Definitely we're gonna try that someday, but today is all about the colored cardstock. So now I'm just using Tombow mono glue to add those leaves and kind of give little bit time to move everything. So I just want how the things are going, and then I'm just filling those area which I didn't color properly. Then this green background for the bark of the tree, I just want to add more so I can get more dimension to the tree. And then I'm kind of adding those again, and just make sure that this is the coconut tree, so all the leaves kind of going down from the upside, so it's kind of really look more natural in that way. Then I'm just using a salmon stitch hillside dies. You can use lawn fonts also to create this hillside, the sand side. It's kind of and that blue one is like the sea, and I already used the pink and purple shades to color those distress background and cut that in the same salmon big stitch rectangle die. Okay, so now I use all that things to cut out the sandy hills as well as the sea, and now I'm adding more colors with the same markers to add in that. At the same time you can use the alcohol markers that also give kind of different texture, and it the possibilities are endless here, and you can add it like more and more colors to get it more realistic way. I just decided to stop here because it's like a never-ending process. You can do it's like more and more time, and you will get a more significant look with that. So I just decided to spend how much time you want to spend in a one card. So after this I'm kind of seeing that how I look the way it is in there, and then I decided to add this coconut tree in front of that, and just choosing that which card base is looking nice. It's basically personal preference here, and if you don't see anything is going well, just go with the white. It always works. Now this die cut is kind of flamingo. I have this, I bought this from Amazon. You can go ahead and use the Hero Arts or the Spellbinders or the, I think yeah, MFT also have the nice flamingos. Lawnfall also have the nice flamingos. So then I'm using this sentiment that you are unforgettable. I think it's from MFT stamps. So this kind of card is like more relaxed, and you can just convert this card into any occasion card. So again, I'm adding lots of glue behind that and putting these three at the corner of the my card. Now for these kind of cards where I have little bit more bulk, at the same time something is going little bit offside the main base of the card, I use a little bit bigger envelope to post them or put them. Again, I'm adding little bit color to that pig and eye of the flamingo. This golden flamingo looks really nice, and then I thought that something is missing, so I just remember that there is one feather die also which came in that, and then I add the pink color, kind of matching those pink colors in the background so everything goes well. And then again adding little bit of shading with the aqua markers as well as these. Now these are the watercolor panels. Most of the times I made two, so that I just grab one, and here I'm using this pineapple die. Now this pineapple die I have from Michaels, but I am linking below the Hero Arts pineapple die. You can use that also. Pineapple dies are now in a trend from the last year. Pineapple is like a trendy thing. It's all over in summers and last year too. So you will get a lots of pineapple dye. You can have the Hero Arts new collection, you can have the Lawn Fawn new collection, you can have a really cute paper smooches pineapple dye. So I'm using whatever I have. Rather than heat embossing the thing, I am just using color box golden pigment ink. But if you want to, I suggest you go ahead and heat emboss all the things with the wow embossing powder or any detail heat embossing powder. With that will give a nice effect again. Now I'm choosing one sentiment here from the Lawn Form, and it said, "You brighten in my life," and I just cut out that U. So don't freak out, I can adjust that U anywhere I want to. So then I just stamp those with the orange color. I think it's look more brighter and nicer and happy with that kind of background. And then I just pull out those and decided to color only one pineapple, because it's kind of there are many one, but you are the one who is giving that kind of comfort to me, something like that. So after that I pull out my Zig Clean color markers to color the whole pineapple. I'm using quite a color there, and I'm just a little bit slowing the process here, that you can see that how I mix and match all those colors here. And I use the orange, a little bit of green, yellow, and basically when you are doing the coloring with Zig color markers, you don't have to think about that you will contaminate this marker with the other color. Just went ahead and wipe out the color brush with the any rag or paper towel or baby wipe, and you are good to go again with those colors. So you're gonna not contaminate those color. You can directly mix and match those color in the your card panel. So I really like the way how it turned out. And then I decided to add some more colors, like the shades of pinks and yellow, and my base color for adding these, all the colors are always shades of yellow, so it kind of match with the background. And you can went ahead and color all these pineapples by different shades and color one pineapple in a one shade, but I just like that how it turned out. I don't want to color all of them. And then I'm just kind of highlighting everything with the darker shades of the green color and there. And then decided to put the whole panel on the orange and green cardstock and put the golden color U. I die cut out this U from Simmons's U die, and this is the awesome one. And then I just put the whole card together, kind of little bit wonky. So I hope you like this sunny side series, where you can use whatever have you in your stash, or you can use your you can buy some new products. And this is the more kind of summery look card series where I'm making the cards, and it's more tilted to summer vacation, seaside. And I will use all the supplies and I will mix and match the things, so it's kind of creating your own kit and making cards out of that. This will not just like that one card 10 series. I don't know how many cards I'm gonna make in this series, but it's like more towards the summer side, just like I made the winter series. So this is the sunny side up series. You can leave in a comment and tell me that do you like it or not, or what you want to see more in this series, or birthday cards or masculine cards. So I love to hear about those things. And if you want to give some suggestions, went ahead. You can follow me on Facebook, Pinterest and Instagram too. And until the next crafty project, have a crafty life. Bye bye.